What's up, internet land? Starting to get delusional. It's like 114 outside.
He's actually scratching the spot on his head that he ran into my engine hoist earlier.
Oh, it hurt bad. Like, he's got this engine hoist stand, like, boom! Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. So, there's not enough of these skate lights. Can we get a sponsorship? These things are amazing. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, something stupid. It's like 114 out today. Feels like 145. Like 76% humidity. There's like, I don't know, a couple.
You want to build a race car on the surface of the sun?
Yeah, we're building a race car in the sun itself. So, an update. We've got 80-ish days left, 84 days, 86 days left.
I don't know, I'm losing track.
I lost track a long time ago.
It's day like 956 at this point.
Yeah. Where should we start? Here's the car. It probably still looks all the same. It's stupid. We got so much time into this that I've lost track. I'll just quickly go over kind of where we're at. Hopefully I don't double up on what I've previously talked about, but pedal box is completely in. That's all for the most part done. The clutch is completely bled. We need to verify master cylinders. We might end up swapping around some different master cylinders. We're currently running 2 1-inch master cylinders for the brakes. That might change, so we might go a little smaller. I've got, I can't even see what I'm talking about here. Let me walk over there. Hold on. This will be way easier. Yeah, the side with no door. Ta-da! Get this rag out of here. So, got them installed, and then I went back in and installed, or I found these pressure switches, these brake pressure switches. They're actually for older Volkswagens. So it's a 3-pin switch that has a normally open and a normally closed, which is super cool. So I've got one on the clutch and I've got one on the brake. Ended up putting it on the rear brake master, just in case something happens with the switch. If the switch leaks, something blows off, then I don't lose complete brakes. I'll still have front brakes, but I'll lose back brakes. But so switch is on. The BMW, the MK60 ABS pump that we have, it wants a normally closed brake switch, which was interesting, but I also have brake lights that I'd like to just have on a normally open, so those are super nice. I'm glad I found those, found some real good quality ones, and then just teed them in, one into the clutch, one into the brakes. I don't know if I talked about this steering setup. We ended up moving this over about 2 inches, 2.5 inches, try to help with alignment. Got the linkage mounted up. I got this piece machined up. So this is the factory. Sorry, going back here. This is a Nissan Juke electric steering assist system. So this portion up to about, let's say about right here, is all the factory Juke stuff that I cut off the car. And then this is a Motion Raceworks quick release setup. So ended up machining this down, welding this together. Got all that done, and then also got the steering wheel all put together as well. I need to do some final trimming here, but this is the rest of the Motion Raceworks quick release, and then Motion Raceworks actually sells this. It's a 6-inch 5-bolt or a 6-bolt adapter, so it's actually pretty legit. I cannot do this one-handed. Sorry, hold on. Ta-da! And then I've got my curly cord that I need to finish mounting up. And then this auto sport connector will also get mounted up. So if I do need to take it off, I can quickly take it off. We also changed I don't know if you saw last time, it had a Honda string gauge on it. We pulled the Honda system off, and we're going to put the Geartronics system on it instead. So I've heard people having issues with the Honda amplifier, so I'd rather just not have issues from get-go. So ditching the Honda, got a good deal on the Geartronics one. Gonna run the Geartronics one, I just need to install it. We got the display screen installed. AEM CD7. Just built a quick bracket bolts to this dash piece. Then I even added an additional support that goes over here to the actual cage itself. So things like super sturdy there. And then I just left all this wound up for the GPS antenna. So it uses GPS for logging and speed and stuff like that. So all this will be able to come off of here and then tuck all nicely down into here. All the wiring and stuff off of this Deutsch connector. Other than that, all the plumbing's done for the dry sump system. So you can see how thick that stuff is. So it's fiberglass with the metal backing, and then inside that as well, you can see in there, there's like even more of this stuff down inside here. And then on top of that, there's this. So, and then this has the additional fiberglass stuff on the inside of that as well. We put these on this morning, all the moldings. They don't go down very far because obviously everything's cut off, but that'll at least kind of finish everything off. And then once we get all this, wow, well, I'm just really messing this up. Just finishes everything off. It's kind of weird with everything just off.
A little dusty.
Yeah, it's way dusty. Built a beauty ring to go around the exhaust. Got it all done, installed. This, if I were to do this again, I'd probably not come out at an angle. I'd probably just maybe 45 the end of it, so it just comes out in a single circle instead of having to cut this massive freaking hole in the door. But it's there, whatever, it's done. I need to finish or block that off. That was the old hole. Jesse and I knocked out these flares. They came out good. I really like these black rivets. I think they look real good. I don't know if I want to maybe seal these or something. I don't know yet. The back bumper, got the back bumper on. That was a pain in the butt. So ended up taking the bumper and literally cutting it in half. And then once we cut it in half, then we fit everything for the ducting, which we finished the ducting. So the ducting is kind of multiple pieces. There's this ducting that's in here, and then this was an additional ducting that kind of brings and finishes everything out. So this is all aluminum that's been coated and everything. You can see on the inside the fans should hopefully just duct everything right off the backside. So got all these trimmed up. I had to trim for this bar. Got the bar scuffed up and redone. Devin found these cool little caps on the back bar as well as the front bar. Taillights. Took the, it had, I don't know where they went. It had the 98 to 01, the all red taillights. So we got these lenses from a friend of ours. And then I found some housings that were all cracked up, so pulled them all apart and made these. They're growing on me. Devin likes them, Jesse likes them, that's all that matters. I don't care. We also found some RGB lights. So there's a ton of RGB lights in here as well. So they will work for brake lights, but we also can use a little controller and have a party mode. What else? The wing uprights. Got those finalized. I needed to radius these corners and shorten this down. And then I scuffed these up and coated these as well. They are all mounted up. Of course, there's Allen's, courtesy of Frank at Downstar. Oh wait, there's some more Allens and some more Allens and more Allens, and yes, I know that's not an Allen.
Radiator's in.
Radiator is finally in. All the plumbing's on. Steam port line is on. The water pump is completely mounted.
Temp sensor.
We finally added the last temp sensor, so there's going to be a temp sensor here, and then there's a temp sensor in the engine as well. I need to figure out, the fan wiring is kind of short here. I don't really like, it's hard to see, but I don't like how that fan wiring it kind of gets pinched under the radiator itself. So I think I might try to maybe pull that back through and try to wrap the wiring in something. We were originally using these wheel speed sensors, Almanzar system, cool system, 0 to 5 volt. Anyway, that didn't end up working out, so pulled everything back apart. We made, I can't turn that, but these are the BMW sensors. So I machined some brackets, and they're fully height adjustable, so we can adjust the air gap from the tone ring to the actual sensor itself. So those are in front and back, and then I was able to utilize the factory boots, so they actually fit really well. So I'll just be able to connect up. I hate these connectors, but it is what it is. So these are all the factory BMW connectors. So all the EGT probes are in. I don't know if you saw that, but those were all completely shortened down, and all that's been rerouted. I need to figure out something else. Obviously these zip ties aren't going to hold up.
I don't think you showed them fire suppression. We covered the old one being out of date and the new one on the bench, but I don't think you've shown any evidence.
So I contacted Stroud. Stroud is the company that made the old fire suppression system, and 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years max service life.
So recertify after 2 years and a max life of 6, and we're at a little over 8 years.
The new system has a max life of 10.
So just ended up saying screw it. I bought a whole new system. Shout out to Robbie at We Don't Lift. He had everything good in stock. I was able to run over there and talk to him. He got me set up with a completely different system. So the new system has a 10-year life instead of a 8-year life. So let me show you. It is mounted right here, right next to driver's seat. I'm trying to situate everything so everything has decent weight distribution. The radiator hoses run under this plate. I built this plate that mounts in 2 different spots. There's 2 really big 14mm bolts actually that go here. So mounted all that up. That's super rigid, and then ran all the plumbing. There are 2 nozzles up by the firewall. One points to the driver, one points over this direction where all the plumbing is. And then it comes out, tees off. I don't know if you can see that, but tees off right here, and then one comes over here, so I can kind of spray this general area. And then there's one right there, and then one over here. So it's supposed to be really kind of, according to the instructions, supposed to have one on bank 1, bank 2, and or kind of the fuel injector area. So obviously we've got tons of fueling stuff on this side, so that's why I put one there. And then this is kind of my bank 1, bank 2-ish hot parts area. So other than that,
Floor plate?
oh yeah, check out this floor plate. I wanted to build something here. So the car, have we talked about what we're doing for a floor in this?
I think we've mentioned it's going to be flat bottom, but I don't think we've taken the conversation any further than that.
You got to see what we're putting on the floor. So it's a flat bottom floor in a different way. So the way the flat bottom floor was going to be set up, I've got brackets that are every so many inches that the floor bolts to the bottom, but the driver needed something else. Obviously if you just stood on the floor, you're just going to punch or drop the floor out of it. So got this piece of aluminum cut out. Jesse spent forever marking this thing up, try to make it look decent, and they spent forever drilling holes, deburring each hole individually, and then sitting at the press and pressing each one individually. So there's 44 dimples in total. So I like it though. I think it kind of matches the floor, matches the pedals. This kind of matches.
Point up.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see it. The dimples will point up, so it adds extra grip, almost like a texture finish. So just to help you get in and out real quick. On the list, we need to, looking at the list here, bleed the brakes, the floor. I'm in the process of building a new firewall plate for the wiring to come through, since we're completely redoing the wiring again. Yeah, so this plate, this is my new plate setup. I need to finish machining, radius the edges, blah blah blah. It's way too thick, so I need to take a bunch of material out of the back of it. So this plate goes right there. So I had another one that was there, but it was set up for different connectors. So we're going different connectors this time. We're doing two 61-pin Autosport connectors this time. So all the connectors. We're also doing a ton of extras. So I said screw it, and we're going to do every wheel is going to have an extra analog input. It's going to have CAN, it's going to have 12 volt, it's going to have 5 volt, and sensor knob. So there's going to be a ton of extra stuff if I ever want to add something, telemetry sensors or tire temp sensors. Like everything's already at each wheel. Oh, did I show the grounds?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Radlock grounds. I love them Radlocks. Those things are dope. This is our list. It's absolutely ridiculous. We still need to trim the hood and do a bunch of front end stuff, but we're kind of waiting. That's kind of last second thing. I need to finish the fire system. I need to put the poles to enable it. I need to build some heat shields around kind of all the hot parts. Install the wing, that's last. And finish charge harnesses, some more ground cables, ducting for the front end, put the front window in, side skirts, oil pump belt. There's just, it goes on and on and on and on and on. So yeah, that's a quick update for y'all. I don't know, I say quick. We're going on 18 minutes. That's not quick.
That means we need to film more, because these should be like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah,
each,
these should be
18.
We should be on like, I don't know, episode 94.
We should be shooting shorts for updates, not half-hour videos.
Yeah. Other than that though, that's it. Oh wait, oh, I forgot something. You gotta check this out. I did find, we got a mirror. Oh, and there's Jesse. We got a mirror. I got the mirror bolted in. It's just one of the standard universal cage mount ones, and then there's a hook on that side, a helmet hook. I think I might replace that though, because I kind of want to hang the steering wheel, and I can't hang the steering wheel on that. And I moved the PDM buttons. It was like right here, and I moved it up just to make it kind of up out of the way even more. Oh, but yeah. Oh, yeah, excuse me. We got 8-wheel. We're playing around with wheels. Our old wheel setup, which used these barrels, they're a work 3-piece wheel. It's a 17 by 12. 17 by 12. It's ridiculous. 17 by 12 with a negative 30 offset, I think it was. So I don't know what happened, but crap don't fit. Whoa, that white balance is all over the place. Let's go this way. So, they don't fit. Go figure. Super bummed. Really pissed off. So, I think we're going back to our default, which is our 17 by 10s. These are, I have 4 of these in total. These are just some junks that I had laying around that I bought forever ago that we kind of just been using for rollers. Look at this. I don't know if you can see that or not. That says 205 4017. You don't put a 205 on a 17 by 10. Are you trying to die?
Tire stretched like your asshole.
Oh, I didn't say, sir. That's nasty. So don't stretch your wheels, kids. So that's a 17 by 10 and a 20 offset. It fits great. So I originally did these flares and everything for this same wheel, because this is the same wheel that I ran in the front of this car originally. So the original was a 17 by 10 in the front and a 17 by 9 in the back, with a 275 tire in the front and a 255 in the rear. So I think we might do like a 17 by 10, 17 by 10, and keep a 275 and 255. I don't know just yet, but we were playing around with that. Everything fits, it clears. Like you could even afford to run like, I don't know, 5, 10, maybe a 15 mil spacer or something like that. We've got plenty of stud length. But yeah, just super bummed that those 17 by 12s, they don't fit, mostly because of, I don't know what you call it, wheel flange to the back of the spoke, if that makes sense. So when the wheel is bolted on, it immediately hits the caliper. So in order to get it to clear, like right off the bat, I have to run like a 30 mil spacer, or a combination of 30 mil spacers.
Or an incredibly concave wheel.
Yeah, I need more of a concave wheel, which is great. Like it clears the spindle and everything, but the freaking thing's it just sticks too far out. So, but you can put a 17 by 10, like I can put that 17 by 10 back on here, and it's actually sunk in here. Like I can run almost like 50 mils of spacer and still be flush here. So I don't know, I didn't do the research, I didn't test it well enough, something, I don't know.
You're too busy building the rest of the car. That's where we're going with that.
That was like 3 years ago that I bought those wheels forever ago, and then I sent them off to get the centers powder coated because I wanted them to be the same color as the valve cover and the intake tube and all that crap. And those brake calipers over there, and some more brake calipers over there. Anyway, so I sent them off to be coated, and they literally have been sitting in my living room for years. So the other day I got them out, like, you know what, let's test fit this, and then come to find out they don't fit, number one, because when they were powder coated on both sides, and it's not the powder, I mean, kind of the powder coater's fault, kind of not the powder coater's fault. I don't know. Powder coater's a cool dude. I'm not talking crap about Jake. But the powder coating was in the way that I couldn't assemble the wheels, so now they're going back to him so he can strip them? Refinish. Strip them down.
Whatever that means.
Well, I don't know what exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
Whatever that means he needs to do. So.
How do you adjust? Like, Hi guys, this is Brian here. I don't know how y'all vlog with these freaking things. Like, I just need a wider angle lens so then I can be like, am I too close? Am I too close? Am I too far? Like, and then like, am I holding it wrong? Yeah.
I mean, if you had an iPhone instead of a GoPro, you'd probably...
Oh, okay. So we're just gonna get an iPhone instead.